Welcome back, denizens of the Omniverse, for the Season 4 finale of Invincible. Last episode, we attempted to cut the head off the snake as Thragg, and his remaining forces went to return to Viltrum to try to regroup. And before they could do that, the plan was to get there before they could make the call out and bring all of the stray Viltrumites together to unify against the coalition. And they knew we were coming. There was more than we accounted for once we got there, and we got jumped. But we put up a pretty good fight, considering Thragg stayed out of the fight for most of it. Had he been involved, I think he could have wrecked us outright without any effort from what we saw. But we gave him a bunch. We utilized all the different things we acquired, from the lizard dudes to the venom from the bugs that we captured and all these different things. We put everything to work, and we took out quite a few of them. But once we involved Thragg, though, that fight was not a fight. He made us look like complete and utter fools. However, we did catch him off guard by attacking rather than going at him. Nolan made the last-ditch effort to try to just go for the thing that he's even fighting for. The planet Viltrum. No matter how it looks, how it is, whatever the state of it, he's fighting for that planet. And so we took out the planet. And he was not too thrilled with that. With so few of them left, though, he spared Nolan, he spared Mark, because he just couldn't kill what is already left of so few of them. But instead, he disappeared and made for Earth. Whereas we now know, and he now knows, thanks to Nolan's escapades, that the DNA on Earth is compatible enough for proper breeding. So, God, and we're not there yet, and they're gone. There's no way we beat them there, right? There's no way we get to Earth before they are already there. Dude, Cecil is going to be shitting himself, is all I gotta say. Anyway, let's see what happens, man. Let's see how things wrap up. Guys, if you want to see the full-length reaction with all the edits we got to do to get this stuff up on YouTube, you can check it out over on Patreon. Right now, we actually have a poll up for what anime I might be starting next here, alongside One Piece. Great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights for you guys here on YouTube. And with that all said out of the way, let's get ready to hop into episode 8. Here we go. Oh, yep, they are already here. So what, 9 total, including Thragg, I think? Oh my God. Was that from like the force of them flying towards the city, carrying the wave with them, the tide with them? God, look at all of that destruction you can just see from the sky already, man.
Mark?
What?
You need to stop worrying and sleep.
Is that what's happening, or is that just what he is afraid is happening? Let's hope that that was just in his head. That was a fear.
One question. What exactly is the plan if the Viltrumites are on Earth?
Yeah.
I see. Great.
Yeah, you've seen all of our plans so far, and we are exhausted.
You looked dumb before. Now you look regal.
Yeah.
Still a little dumb, though. It's just overseeing the defense of a few hundred planets, myriad civilizations, and trillions of lives. Decisions that affect the entire galaxy and everyone in it.
No pressure. None at all.
Hypothetically, someone found that level of responsibility and maybe misplaced.
Thetis wouldn't have chosen you as his successor if he didn't believe in you.
Oh.
If I didn't believe in you.
There we go. Yeah, I believe in you, Alan.
Everyone's waiting for your inauguration. You memorized your speech, right?
Speech?
You help save the galaxy from total annihilation. Here's breakfast from a tube.
That's your reward. But you also didn't save shit just now, apparently.
I figure we can use my space station as a base of operations.
If it's not immediately wiped out on...
I guess what I'm saying is, I'm ready for anything. Or, you know, and just spitballing here.
Testing to see if they're actually paying attention. Yeah.
You guys are the best.
Attention, everyone. We're entering
I get
Earth's
it.
solar system.
Finally.
Damn. Already.
So you were listening.
What?
Just not to you.
If Thragg and his people are there, we'll send the ship back to Telescria, then organize a resistance and wait for reinforcements.
Or Mark can just go now. Don't bother waiting. Don't bother tact. Don't bother nothing. I get it, though. You know, he's afraid. He's terrified. Literally everyone he loves is here. No fires. Maybe they're not here. Maybe that was just, maybe what we saw in the beginning is just something he was terrified about and not something that actually happened. I mean, so far, so good. Unless during the time it took us to actually get here, they rebuilt. No, those are the towers we saw get wrecked in his premonition, daydream, whatever you want to call it. At least I think they were.
They're not here.
I mean, that's good. That still begs the question of where the fuck are they?
They're not here now.
Don't ruin it. Okay.
Where's Oliver?
We had to leave before he woke up.
What do you mean before he woke?
But we were worried that...
I'm sorry.
This is the smallest repayment for what you did to us.
It's gotta be in his head, all of this. He's like freaking out, right? Oh my God, I don't like seeing, I really don't like seeing that. They would not do that, so not, yeah, he's just having a bit of a break. I mean, after the humiliating defeat they suffered.
Mom, I'll tell you everything, I promise. I need to see you first.
Oh, about that. It's been months. Ooh.
What were you thinking?
But
Left him on some alien planet alone?
We have friends there.
And didn't I tell you to never come back here again?
I'm trying, Debbie.
You are very fucking trying.
Oliver was so brave.
and kind of stupid.
Debbie, it broke my heart to see him hurt.
You need to have a heart to have it broken.
Stop. Stop treating me like you don't know me, please.
Mm-hmm.
You need to give me a chance to make things right.
I don't need to do anything for you.
I know, but you will.
How dare you?
You believe in rehabilitation, in second chances. I didn't understand it before, but I always loved how strongly you fought for it. You thought you knew me, and you did, even if I was hiding part of myself from you. But everything's changed since then. Please, let me show you who I am now.
That was a lot better than last attempt.
I don't know where you're sleeping, but it's not here.
And that's fair. It's fair. That wasn't a no, though. Aww. Oh.
I missed you so much. Look at you. You're so...
You are a mess, dude.
And you're so, this. Shower? Break up here or something?
It's probably just been, like,
This Geldarian stuff, I tell you, it is not reliable.
He's lying his asses off. Imagine he had just been constantly worrying and scanning and waiting for you to come back, forgoing any kind of concern for himself. Oh, God.
Eve?
Mark!
Hey!
It was so long. I thought...
Hey, don't you know him?
Oh, and it's all gone. Huh. What does that entail? Bah! Valid.
And my powers came back.
They just came back?
Yeah, but I'm still nervous about them, so I've been focusing on my classes.
Oh, wait. If they're back, then she probably... Yeah.
But not using my powers, living here, eating with my parents, I haven't had the time to take care of myself much, so...
It's okay. You look pretty damn good doing all things considered, you know?
The Viltrumites, they're just out there somewhere.
But you said there's not that many of them.
If they decide to come here, it won't make a difference. Nothing we do would make any difference at all.
Thragg took all of that away without breaking a sweat.
Quantum components are in superposition.
Eye protection, please. 2, 1. Cecil, it worked.
Oh, exactly what worked?
Jesus.
You kind of need him. Oh, wait, the Thraxon thing, right? They're trying to get, is that what they're working on? A portal to... But it seems like they probably opened the portal to the wrong place. Don't know where that was. Damn.
I told you, transdimensional physics is not my area of expertise.
I mean, you made a gate and it worked.
And I'm calling off the search. It's too dangerous.
They have to be somewhere. Agreed. This is ridiculous. It's a simple task. Why are there no reports?
Simple task? Who said that? Which one of these fuckfaces said that? End them.
And what are you doing to locate them?
Have multiple teams, and they are currently...
They haven't. We found them.
I'm glad you asked.
It is a lot of space and very few people. Yeah, it's literally a needle in a haystack. It's worse than a needle in a haystack at this point.
We do not appreciate your flippantness.
I don't appreciate your bullshit.
Well, I don't appreciate your angriness.
The entire race is made extinct.
Thetis was a Viltrumite, and he led this council for decades.
Yeah, but that's, I think, what he was working on.
Thetis trusted Nolan and his son. So do I.
Or was he simply using them as a weapon against their own people?
Hold on.
You're not.
I'm sorry, wait, what?
Or have you already forgotten what the Viltrumites did to your own people?
We will find the Viltrumites, no matter where they are hiding. And when that happens, I will decide what we do next. Meeting over.
Could have gone better, but could have been worse. Could have been much, much worse.
Where are they going to go now if they don't have a home?
I can't take you seriously. Not... Oh, God, he's fritzing out again. He's fritzing out again. God, this is... Jesus. God, I'm not... Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely.
Mark?
Hey, we're here. It's okay.
This is gonna make it so hard when it really happens, if it's really happening. If this starts becoming more frequently, he might not even be able to jump into action if he thinks it's another one of these visions, and then that time it's real.
Because I've seen that look before.
Where?
The mirror.
Oof. Yeah,
Left Oliver there, alone.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Every time Mark was hurt, I was there for him.
Then why don't you go see Oliver?
I just said, he's on some alien world.
Yeah. Have somebody take you.
That kind of thing's never stopped you before.
What are you talking about?
I like him.
All that stuff is your world, whether you think it is or not.
Oh, yeah. Have someone take you.
Why things between us didn't work out.
Oh. I mean, I guess it makes sense. All these months of her stressing and worrying about Mark and Oliver because it took way longer than they ever thought, never knowing if they were going to come back. That sucks, but I get it.
Part of these aliens, space wars, and superhero showdowns as Mark or Oliver are. You just don't see it.
That sucks. No, you're too good. Hope nothing terrible happens to you.
Believe it or not, today's the most I've flown since you left. I missed it.
Just glad your powers are working again.
I know what happened with my powers.
Oh, here it comes.
Because my body was going through some changes.
Eve, you can tell me anything.
Oh, fuck off! Stop it! Mark, get your shit together!
There would be consequences for everyone.
One of these times it's going to be real and he's not going to be able to react because it's his brain's crying wolf.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
Oh, he didn't hear any of it, did he? Did she tell him and he didn't hear? Okay. Okay, now she's not, is she?
Mark, hey, fuck. I had an abortion.
Yeah.
I was pregnant, Mark, and I found out just before you left. And when you were gone, I was so alone.
Eve.
Yeah.
Sorry I did this to you. I should have been here. I love you.
I get it. She made a tough call. And yeah, doing it without him. Not knowing what's going on, being alone, not having control over it. Oh my God, he's standing over the moment.
Think it's a good idea coming back here again?
Earth or this specific spot?
Take your pick.
Both.
Come on, Nolan. That's close enough.
You don't have to be afraid.
I will never not be afraid of you.
Yeah, not now. That ship has sailed.
I'm sorry for all the suffering I caused here.
Earth or this specific spot?
Take your pick.
I assume since you're back, you all won the war. Don't need to worry about your old Viltrumite pals dropping by unannounced.
Quite the opposite, actually.
We won the war, but there are still almost 40 of them in hiding somewhere.
I'm sorry. You call that winning? Because you know what I call it? 40 very pissed off space super Nazis who are going to be hungry for revenge and know that Earth just happens to be where you and Mark keep your loved ones.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That is a proper response.
Help protect Earth in case they come. Make up for my mistakes.
That's a huge fucking ask.
But if those assholes do show up, you better come running with that coalition army of yours, and you better get here a hell of a lot quicker than 2 weeks. Get the fuck off my planet.
Oof.
Trying to win this war. I almost died.
Great start. Nearly died 2,341 more times.
Nolan's still struggling with understanding what he's done, but he's trying. I love the way they work his expressions.
I got you pregnant, and then I wasn't here for you, and you had to...
It's okay.
It's not fucking okay. I wasn't here, making things worse out there. All we did was give them nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And kill so many people, and there's nothing I could do about it because I'm the reason it's there.
I mean, technically it was Nolan's plan. You just kind of went along for it.
I'm gonna have to go back out there and fight them again and not be here.
And it's the cycle.
It's not fair.
He's got such a big fucking heart, dude.
I know the risks. I know at some point it's gonna hurt worse than I've ever been hurt before. Taking those risks with you, that's not how I want to live.
Yeah.
Mark?
What's up, Grumpy? Dude, what?
The ship's almost done installing the sensor network. After that, I'm heading back to Telescria to check on Oliver and continue the search for...
Oh, she's gonna go with him. She's gonna go with him to Oliver.
Sorry, Debbie, I was just leaving.
Good, because you're taking me with you. What kind of parent would I be if I wasn't there for Oliver?
What about Paul?
But we ended it months ago. He's a good man, and I care for him very much.
Paul is too good of a guy. What demons is he hiding somewhere? Their bodies in his basement? What the fuck is it? He's too good.
Sure about this?
You think I'm the only one of us who can't go to another planet?
Your boring old ordinary mom, or whatever it was you said before. This is her world, man. Cute.
The ship can't land. It can come down into our atmosphere, but I'll have to...
Ooh, awkward.
Fine.
How are we doing this?
I'll let you know when we find Thragg.
What just happened?
The long-range monitoring sensors are calibrated.
Turn them on, then plot us a course back to Telescria, and let's get going.
What if you turn it on and it immediately goes off? Okay, never mind.
We're about to leave orbit.
Maybe this is simply the calm before the end of the season, and we'll leave the rest of the insanity for next season.
Oh.
That's gorgeous, man. Put it. Not yet. Not yet.
I'm happy about this, Mark.
Me neither.
Seems like you and your dad just kicked the hornet's nest without getting rid of all the bugs.
I mean, yeah, that's the gist of it. We got some real mad hornets out there right now.
Hey, we'll figure it out, kid. The whole world will get behind us on this.
See, even I'm gonna be like, when is it actually real?
There's nothing he or anyone else can do.
I do love this, though, and it's haunting him. We're gonna end, and it's gonna think like this. We're gonna think it's one of these, and it's real.
You know how a long time ago you said you had people I could talk to? Professionals?
Yeah?
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Of course. We'll take care of it. We can do the debrief in a few days. Donald, why don't you give Mark a lift home?
Cecil cares, man. He cares so much about them. God, it's so weird, this whole place being so empty.
I've lived in this house my entire life. It's never been this quiet.
I bet that feels strange.
Yeah.
You should go out for a flight. No destination, not looking for trouble, just a flight.
It would be amazing to just be able to do that, you know, take off and fly endlessly like that. No restrictions, no limitations. Take it in while it's here. See, it's just one of those things, man. You don't know when it's going to be real and when it's going to be just in his head again.
Yes, we are here.
Wait, like real? Okay, this is real.
What do you want?
I was made Grand Regent of Viltrum to lead our people from darkness and ensure the future of our race.
That's what they're here to do.
There are 37 of us left. You took our home, so our home is now here.
Yeah, the alert system's not going to go off because they're already here. They just didn't attack like he thought.
We will live among you.
Oh no! Just like Nolan did from the start.
We will disappear within your society.
And regrow.
We are here. But they will save us nonetheless.
Yeah.
As we use them
Biker Krieg.
We will rebuild our race. Your very existence proves this is possible.
Yeah. He's turning Earth into a breeding retreat.
In return, I offer a truce. We will not influence, affect, aid, or endanger Earth in any way as long as we are undisturbed. You do not have a choice, and yet you must still make one. Do you and your planet accept my terms?
If you think I'll let you live here, let you use us to breed, let you get stronger on my planet after everything you've done.
Again, he's like he said, you don't really have much of a choice, but he's squaring up.
My answer.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's all gonna He's gonna let him. He's gonna let him. He has to let him.
My answer is yes.
That's all you can do. That sucks, but that's literally, like he said, you have no choice, but yet you have to make one.
The universe is strange. In a way, you've become our savior. Willing or not.
What have I done?
The only thing you could have done, really.
You have saved the lives of every living thing on this planet.
And theirs.
You will not hear from me again.
But what happens when they're replenished, when they're... inevitably, after enough time, they would just be the only people left on this planet.
Maybe Thetis let Thragg kill him on purpose.
Great, Alan!
Oh.
A message from beyond the grave. Thetis left it for you, in case of his...
Fun. Was it his actual plan? Was it the backup? Was it the Scourge virus?
It's encrypted for your eye only. Besides, I'll just sex it out of you later.
I'd like to see that. I actually would very much like to see that.
I have hidden a terrible weapon of last resort so long ago.
Why is it even a last resort? I don't know why he hasn't even used it. If that's...
I only hesitated to use it because it may also strike down those with similar genetics.
Oh.
Mark's people, for instance.
Oh, it would... Because of how similar they are, the reason they were able to breed, it would kill humans.
Use the Scourge virus to finish what I started. No matter the cost, every last Viltrumite must die.
What a twist. What a twist. So it goes beyond just Mark. Just the half Viltrumite shtick. There was that concern like Nolan raised, like what would that do to Mark, or Oliver, people that have Viltrumite DNA. The implication there, the way he said it. Hold on, I want to hear it again. Just to be sure. Come on.
Strike down those with similar genetics. Mark's people, for instance.
Yeah, Mark's people. That's why Thragg is there, right? They found a planet that is similar enough that their DNA melds in a way that it doesn't dilute the Viltrumite in them at all. That's why Mark is such like a pristine specimen in their eyes. Like they look down at Oliver as inferior because he didn't, their species didn't interact in a way that, whatever, it was deficient in their eyes as far as the results. And we've seen it in Mark's strength, the way that he just keeps rising. He beat Conquest of all people and stuff like that. Like his ceiling keeps rising because of that. He's not stifled by it or anything. But because of that similarity, this virus is so deadly against that genetic structuring that because they're so compatible, it will also wipe out humanity. Fuck. What? And now it's on Alan to like, is he going to use that? It's one thing to wipe out what's left of the Viltrumites, but also to exterminate everybody on that planet. And then that's turning the coalition against Mark, the Guardians, everybody there. But now, though, Mark is the only person now that knows the Viltrumites are on Earth. So he was right. They were here. They just stealthed in. They flew in, they came in under the radar, and they stayed under the radar. Because they know that this is their only chance to propagate. And rather than tear it asunder and force it into submission or anything like that, they're like, after losing all of that, you know, like he said, it's like, I could and should and whatever, like return the favor, but I'm not. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like the stress of his position, whatever, it's getting to it. He's like, I'm going to focus on our people. So here's the terms. We live here. We won't interfere. We won't help nor harm. So whatever ill befalls this planet, we're not going to be like Nolan and go jump into the Guardians and go save the day. We'll let what happens. But we also will not be out there doing it. He's like, we're too few. We're just gonna hang out and get to fucking. Dude, Krieg hanging out at that biker bar, like with the eye patch and everything, just chilling, that killed me, dude. Anissa walking around in the like a business suit, like catching like eyes out in the park. Yeah, they're just out there ready to just get to pumping, man. Get to pumping. Holy fuck. But yeah, like he can't do anything. Like he like, even if he could take out Anissa, even if he could take out Krieg, even if he did any of the others, he can't do shit to Thragg. None of them can do anything to him right now. I mean, literally, the Scourge virus seems to be the only thing we might even be able to use to take him out. Or if somehow we actually got to hit him with the Infinity Ray. That's the thing. If you can hit him. And I like that, like, Mark just went at him right there. Just whoop, 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 nothing. And he's like, all right, well, we can throw hands if we want to, but I do appreciate, at least, like, it was a little, like, obviously with his, like, PTSD, like these little psychic cracks that have formed because of his concern, his fear after that, the realization that there was nothing that could be done, the overwhelming dread, knowing that they kicked the hornet's nest and that they could retaliate and there's nothing they could do at all. And they know, like, that constant fear of always being on alert, always being in like defense mode, fight or flight mode, no matter what or where he is, what's going on, these visions of the impending doom that would be allotted them if they showed their hands, if they did what they wanted to do, if they freely, like the moment, all throughout this episode, every time he would fritz out and he'd watch somebody he loved die in front of his eyes and there's nothing he could do about it. You know, I kind of like the subversion that they played here because they easily could have gone that route where his body is crying wolf, literally. It's like, oh. And when he finally goes to see this therapist, he finally talks to Eve. He finally goes out to fly and clear his head. And then he's like, oh, it's time to shake this one off. But like somebody, like if it was like Thragg, like let's say it was like ripping Eve apart or something like that. And he's just, no, it's not real. Just shake it off. Just like, and then he just opens his eyes and it's still real and they are dead. Or whether it's that or they attack a school or the city or something, you know, something like that. They could have, I feel like they were teeing that up, and then it was just, I think that was the expectation that was building up our head, that we were going to be building towards that conflict, that confrontation against them, no matter what our ability to actually fight them actually is. But no, once it came there, he's like, and he just went blah, 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 when he was still there. And Thragg approached him alone, isolated. He didn't attack anybody. And he's just like, hey, we're here to fuck. Leave us alone. You don't have a choice, but you do. It's very, like, you're right. He was like, you literally, there's only one choice that any rational person would make in this moment. And he made it. And that sucks that he had to. But what else? What else? Yeah, he could take the high ground, if you even want to call it that, like the proud ground. Stand up, push back, say no, but then how many millions, billions die, and what conditions do the remainders live in? What happens to the ones he loves? Because he can't do anything to stop them. And he hasn't necessarily, like, it doesn't sound, I don't know if they've conveyed to Cecil or Earth in general how badly. They keep saying that we won the war, but they're still out there. I feel like it'd be very imperative to be like, hey, by the way, we tried and we absolutely got fucked. While the war itself over, the Viltrumites aren't out there waging war and enslaving races left and right out there with their forces, with their endless armies and hordes or whatever. Yeah, we won the war, but they continue on. They're still out there. Their threat still exists. It's just on pause. And because of their DNA, because of what they are, now they're, to be fair, I'm curious how this would even work on Earth with this in mind, because inevitably, right, if they do successfully start to propagate here and create new Viltrumites left, right, and the other, their DNA allows them to live seemingly indefinitely, unless impeded in some way. So, like, Nolan told him, is like, you can live for thousands of years, like, you know, and if every new human born is like Mark, inevitably they will all live, and inevitably anybody that doesn't have Viltrumite DNA in them will die off. Eventually, all that will be left on this planet is effectively Viltrumites. If this would just become their planet, and he knows that. That's why he's like, you know what? That planet, I mean, to be fair, Viltrum was wrecked. It was really just a sentimental thing they were hanging on to because it's where they were born. This is effectively like what Zod wanted to do, really. But like, this is like New Viltrum. That's the plan. Isn't that insane? That's so wild. What do we do? How do we fight this? How do we get out of this? Can we? What is the next thing? What is the next struggle? What is the next trajectory of this story? I don't even know what the story looks like from this point forward. Because it's almost like this Cold War then it's going to turn into. And that's only if Mark tells anybody that Cecil would not accept these terms, I don't think. Or would he? I don't know. Like, he's pragmatic. He wouldn't like it, but like, it would be saving lives to... I mean, it's like with Nolan, when he knew he was guilty, he still placated him long enough until he could come up with an actual solution. So I don't think he would purposefully endanger lives in a way that would, like, whatever. I don't know. Like, I think it's an understatement to say this complicates things. And no one out there is going to know unless Mark tells them, because the sensors are set up on the outer perimeter, but they were already here. So it's not going to go off unless they leave the planet, go out into the solar system, and then trip that sensor. Because they don't have to come in. They're not going to approach. They're here. They don't have any reason to leave either. So no one out there in the coalition, not Nolan, is going to know. Like, God, man. What a crazy thing to put on Mark's shoulders after all of this. Poor kid. God. Anyway, we in the time they were away, Debbie, and her lamenting, her terrorizing, her not terrorizing, her preponderance, her worrying over the state of her boys. It just took a toll on her and Paul's relationship, and I get that. That sucks, but he was way too normal, and as much as that's desperately what she needed, it just wasn't her world. And I do still like that he's still being there, he's still helping, because she still needs that friend, she still needs somebody to lean on. So he's such a good guy. He's too good of a guy, too good. But then Nolan again, especially being out there and seeing the threat, seeing Oliver and Mark in danger, going through what they did on that planet while Mark was recovering. He's being there firsthand and reliving it after this clarity that's kind of washed over him, is seeing him like take a different approach and look on the things that he's done and put everybody else through, like him adapting and learning like this empathy for these lives that he was always conditioned to believe were lesser, and he's learning that doesn't make them any more powerful or strong or whatever. And he's like trying to understand what he did wrong. How does he make up for it? What path does that even take? And I like how, again, Debbie's not just forgiving him. It's not, I love that the show is not letting him off the hook, but it doesn't mean that he's not going to try. That doesn't mean that he's never going to make up for it, or that he can't ever make for it. The fact of the matter, regardless of reward or merit or whatever, the fact is he's still trying. And I think that's a huge thing for his character. And I like that he also put this earnestness on Debbie, because part of the thing that really broke her is the fact that she thought she didn't know him at all. And the thing was, she did. She knew him more than he knew himself. Even with his father, that we saw like his hesitation. Like it seems to kind of run in the family a little bit, that compassion almost. And he tried to weed it out, destroy it in honor of his people, because he does feel that loyalty to his people. And he swallowed it. He didn't like what he was doing to Mark. And I think that was pretty apparent in what he was doing. That's why he didn't kill him in the moment. He stopped, just like his dad stopped on him. It's just like interesting to see how those things started to echo once we got to know Nolan more. So there are things that she knew about him that were true that he probably didn't even know about himself, or was realized, or had any kind of I wouldn't say maturity, but understanding to like wrap his head around it, because it was alien to him. Like even things he felt was alien to him. It was like I don't know. So like I like seeing him going to these places, like going to the crater where he beat Mark and seeing that pain on his face. Also acknowledging to Debbie that, she did know him and that he broke that, and it's like trying to help her heal from that wound to herself because of what he did. I like these baby steps that they're taking. And I like that whole conversation with him and Cecil. And it's like, Cecil's like, okay, you're not a problem right now, but like, call me when you almost die. He rattled off the death count, right? From all the lives that Nolan took. He's like, once you've reached that point, maybe then we can talk. Get the fuck off my planet. If we need you, you better be here sooner than what you just told me. You figure that out. You got a lot of work to put in before you can make up for the horrors you wrought on this planet. And yeah, it's real interesting what they're putting him through, and just the way they're handling that story. I love what they're doing with it. And then in the interim, with the Eve thing, like what I was talking about, I was like, I didn't know which way she was going to go with that choice. I could believably see either way that she was going to go with that. Like I talked about before, I was wondering like the chances of him coming back. Well, I mean, I guess like narratively speaking, like him coming back after recovering, being gone for 10 months or whatever. Well, no, she would have given birth if that was the case. So they could have still done the disarming thing with her body being the state it is as it is, and not have us know. But like, anyway, like the whole thing was like, maybe she'll keep it because he's been missing for so long, and this might be all anyone has left of him. That might be his legacy or something like that. I don't know. But that's making it about him, And it did ignore the pressure that would put on her having to do this without him, right? So like that's something I didn't think about in the moment. And I did think it could go either way, but as far as rationale as what the story might do, yeah, especially like on theme with the whole idea the Viltrumites need to breed, that would have been another one too. So then it kind of pushes back against the overall theme and narrative of this season and what that's been a culminating building towards, especially with this end, because it is kind of like a rebuttal to that, or like not a rebuttal, but like a, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, I guess. Either way, I believe Lee could have thought it went either way. But like, yeah, she was like, I found out what was wrong with my power. She finally broke down and told him, he's like, hey, I thought you were gone. I just feasibly couldn't do this on my own. Maybe if you were here, it'd be a very different thing. And then that put a lot of weight on him too, because he had to leave, but he had to leave. There was no choice there. Again, he's been put in so many situations where his choices aren't really choices, but he still carries the guilt of them, like he made it, you know? It's like, because if he didn't go out there, what's the caveat? The coalition loses the war, everything happens, more people die, and that's on his shoulders because he rejected that. And yeah, she just couldn't bear that burden, bear that weight alone. And yeah, that's very real. That's very understandable. And I like how he approached that with her as well and comforted her. I love the way they comfort each other through everything that they're going through. And I like too that, like, he's like, hey, you know, with you gone, with Invincible Inc. kind of on pause because you weren't here, you know, after the thing, you know, my powers came back. I could use them willy-nilly, but I just kind of decided to just kind of, you know, focus on school, focus on life, focus on work, focus on those things. And, you know, she wasn't superhero and she wasn't action, you know, out there fighting, doing all the things. And she kind of just became a normal girl at the end of the day. And, you know, she was like, even when he came back, that was the first time she had flown in a long time. And I like how, you know, she brought it up. You know, he didn't bring up her physical change whatsoever. And, you know, I'm gonna say, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. You know? But yeah, I just like the way they approached all of that. You know, it was all of it was just really tasteful. Very tasteful, like the way they handled the stuff that they individually went through, the choices they made, what happened in the interim between them, and where they are now, and where they still are at the moment. I love that. I don't know. I just like the positioning for all of our characters by the end of this too, with Debbie going off for the first time on her own. Well, not on her own, but I mean her first time going off world, leaving the planet. You know, this is like seeming like nothing she's ever really considered before. You know, where she couldn't. It's like, Oliver's not here. What am I going to do? Well, why don't you go see Oliver? And she's going for a fun little field trip with Nolan, because he's the one back there already anyway. To go take care of Oliver, to see him at the hospital, wherever he is at the moment. So that I think is going to be a very interesting storyline to go into. So yeah, this episode very much so was like, okay, after that crazy shit last week, it's kind of chill. But then we got hit there that I don't even know if you would, is that a bombshell? Because it's like a huge thing. But like everything's kind of on thin ice, but everything's fine. If we leave it alone, everything's fine right now. But to hear what happens when they get stronger, what happens when there are more of them, will they go back to their old ways? Will Earth change them like it changed Nolan? What happens to the Viltrumite Empire when they're here cowering on another planet just to repopulate, just to regrow their numbers? What happens to their children? What's going to happen with them reinstating those views of their world, their culture, their beliefs, all of that into the children that have to integrate into this world? Will they just do that in secret? Will they do it? Will they be like this internalized cult? Or are they going to just blend in? But if they blend in, Viltrum and its culture effectively dies. whether they survive as a people or not, their culture dies. But if they choose culture, inevitably at some point they're going to have to what? Overthrow Earth, or are they just going to take, once they have a viable amount of numbers, leave and then go back to trying to all is ours? What's the goal after repopulation? We didn't talk about that at all. Maybe Thragg is completely fine with simply ensuring the survival of their species. You know, you think he gave up conquest? Not like the guy, but like the Viltrumite conquest of the galaxy. Did he give that up to save the people? To just, hey, no more fighting, let's just breed, let's just regrow, let's just exist, let's survive, rather than die out in this whisper that we currently are? Or do you think that immediately once they can, they will go right back to trying to take over everything? I mean, like once they eventually are the only race on this planet, what then? I feel like they probably, I don't know, again, it just depends on how living the way they have to live now may affect the way the new Viltrumites are even raised and how they even view the world around them. They could all wind up like Mark and be, I mean, they could all end up being like decent. You know, we have bad parents, we have bad all those other things, but like there's so many, I don't know, man. We're in such a weird, interesting spot. But at the same time, we're at this weird calm where I'm like, where do we go from here? I don't know, man. Anyway, I feel like I could probably just drone on about this for hours at the moment, but I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you guys. What did you guys think of this? How do you feel about this? What decision would you have made? Yeah, sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out Lila Chen Sun, Kiana Chanel, McGreg, Angela Berg, Calvin Bridley, Sleepy Bastard, Theodore Wolf, Eric Coyote, Ty Lund, and Denise Mauricio. Thank you guys so much for becoming saviors in the channel, helping sponsor and support the rescues that we take care of here. You guys have been a tremendous help with all of that. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm giving a huge thank you to all of our channel legends. You and the patrons also do so much of what we do over here. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to keep up with all this stuff. I mean, hell, this 3 episodes a night in the middle of the week like we've been having here up until this point. Thankfully, one of those is now off our shoulders, so things would be a little bit easier. But without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do stuff like that. You know, and especially when we get like a copyright claim or stuff like that, you guys help keep us going. And so we can keep bringing this stuff to you guys here on YouTube, because without y'all, we wouldn't be here. But that's this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.